Okay, we're going to explain how to download Bizhawk for the PlayStation 1 emulator. We're going to use this as a PlayStation 1 emulator video. This emulator can run other things. This is TAS, it's a time assist for speed running and stuff. So if you want to do speed running, you would be recommended to use this. There are other ones you can use. So just correct this a bit. Okay, so, doesn't matter. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going on this link emulator-zone.com, and it will tell you what is the better emulators, so on and so forth, that is being driven by a community, if I'm not mistaken, or I might be mistaken. So as you can see here, I'll provide the link below. This was last updated June 24th, 2018, which is fine. It's stable. It works. It works perfectly well. Yes, I have noticed, and I don't know if it's because it's a caching thing or it's my PC or whatever the case is, and I formatted it since then, so hopefully it wouldn't be that problem. But we're going to download Bizhawk, so all you do is you click on the blue link here. My download manager will pop up, or your Firefox or Chrome or whatever the case is, it will be there, and you start downloading. So I'm going to hit that. And then what you're going to do while that downloads, whether it's slow or fast or whatever the case is, you're going to go to the next link, and this is to get the firmware. This is a collection provided by somebody. I've got my own. And what you're going to do is, you can see show links if you want to, but you can go torrent or 7-zip. Should you do the torrent, it will be finished, and these will be the files. You can just ignore the split and the XML. So that's that. And now that's done. So you say open folder, just say yes. And there's Bizhawk. Extract it. And then you've got Bizhawk. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut, put it in C drive. I'm going to get in program files. I'm going to paste. Continue if it requests it. I'm using Windows 10 Pro. What I'm going to do is make my life easier. Just right click on this and say pin to start. So it will be right over there. I'm just going to move it here. I'm going to move it better, don't worry. What we're going to do is we're going to go firmware, for example. So you need the firmware, so you can click the download 7-zip. Again, it'll pop up and it'll tell you to download. Okay, cool. It's 5 point something megs. As far as I understand, I've already got this, so I've got these already made for myself. Okay, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna go by here. So you can download torrent, whatnot. So I'm gonna go back down to. I'm just gonna download the 7-zip file. Let it download. It's pretty quick, depending on your internet speed, of course. 10 megabits per second. It's not the best, but it's what I can afford. And then you're going to see these files. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to extract firmware. There they are. Don't even bother selecting, just highlight all and say Control X for copy, or you can right click and say cut. Sorry, Control X for cut, sorry, not copy. Bizhawk firmware, you're just gonna paste it there, let it dump there. There we go. Okay, you can close everything. Now we've got it here, so we're gonna open it up, and then we're gonna run it. Now, okay, so that might pop up. He sees it again. Okay, so we're going to go to config. We're gonna click on firmware, and it's gonna show you ticks. Now, if you didn't do this, everything's going to have X's and nothing's going to run. To check for PlayStation, for example, will be these. It's going to have the United States, Japan, and Europe region. And the BIOS works. It's fine. And what you can do, if you're not picking it up, you can just say scan, and it will scan. So what is going to happen is, and as it is workable. You don't exactly have to tweak it or anything like that, as far as I understand. It's not going to understand what it is for, so it's a multi-purpose emulator. So yeah, we're going to games. Oh, sort out. Okay. None of these are fine just yet. Nope. Okay, so these are some things I can run. Now it's gonna run the dot burns, but it has to have a queue. So I'm also gonna explain if it doesn't work. Like Breath of Fire, for example, is not gonna run. I don't think it's gonna run. It's gonna tell you a little error. Should tell you an error. See, it's busy doing its thing. What platform is this? This is PlayStation. Say okay. I always allow platform use expansion. I'll just say yes for now. So he knows what it is. And he's going to run. If it doesn't run, it's to do with a queue. So it doesn't know which track to use if it's the case. So you see nothing's really happening. It's black. Okay, so what we're gonna do is, yeah, nothing's happening. Okay, so exit. I'm gonna go back to that. Breath of Fire. Okay, so I've made a thing here, so you will see this link. This is really cool. You can read up about it. This guy really created this nicely. Okay, so you take your tracks. These are two. Drag and drop with your left click. Drag it onto the gray section. Nowhere else. Gray section. It's going to create this. You're going to highlight it. Copy. What you're going to do is you're going to create a text document file. You can use Notepad++. You're going to name it Breath of Fire III Europe, and you can say .q. Oh, sorry. If that is happening, what you're going to do is you're going to change the properties of your folders. So you're on your folder, you click Home, Properties. Okay, so that's not what I want. Home, folder options. Where is my folder options? Hey, go away. Okay. Keep hitting the wrong button. The view options change. Click on view, show it in files. Nice, that's what I should have had. Hide extension file types. Okay, you untick that, click OK. Now you see the problem for just naming it. So you're going to do it again on this section. You're going to type Q, so you're overriding. It asks, are you sure? Yes, you are. So you enter. And now you're going to open it with Notepad or Notepad++. It's entirely up to you what you're using. Always use. Okay, what you just do is paste, Control S to save, and that's it. So now what you're going to do is you're going to run that, and you're going to open ROM. You can even make yourself a shortcut on the desktop with the Q of a shortcut of that, and it will run it. So I'm going to go to ROMs, and no, sorry, I keep forgetting where I put it. There's my Breath of Fire, open, and now it recognizes everything, and now it opens. And that's pretty much it. You're going to configure your controller. I would recommend this. Okay, this you pick up on eBay for quite cheap. You install the drivers, works perfectly fine. Don't manhandle it. It doesn't look like it's been built to be manhandled, and then you have a problem. Unplug this if you're running games on Steam. Or one thing, if you plug this in, it interferes with loading games. So, but this is just for running original controllers. So you can use the original DualShock 2 controller, or if you're like me, who still has this little guy, you can run the original PlayStation controller. This is from 1997 if I'm not mistaken, and it's the SCPH-1080. That is the model of this controller, and so you can pre-configure it. Now the only way I can get this video going is if I unplug the USB port, which is going to be my keyboard I'm going to use. So we're going to configure this. However, this thing is a bit tarty, so what I recommend is you're going to plug it in. You're going to exit this. Okay, it's out. What I'm going to make life easier is just do this. Right click, send to desktop shortcut, and we're going to do this. Okay, so hold my horses here. I haven't tried this. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just lacking of USBs, so temporarily just disabling my keyboard as I don't need the keyboard. So I need the mouse. So open Bizhawk, and I'm gonna see where is this shortcut. There it is. I can just drag it in there, and it opens. Okay, so now new options will pop up, and you can say Aftershock, whatever the case is. Just leave it there. Now this PSX wasn't there before, and if you're not too sure, let's do it again. Bizhawk. You can see nothing. Okay, so the second I drag my Q file over, as long as the Q files shortcuts is the correct directories to understand where these bins are, you can move it up. And if your game is not in a bin, I think it does accept Q. Let's just check here. So what makes life easy for you, and just to recap, you can say PlayStation.q.cdd.mds.m3u. I don't know what the M3U's are. I think that is like an MP3 file. I might be wrong. Or type, but anyway, just don't quote on me. Don't comment about that. Okay, so what we're gonna do while it's busy loading, we're gonna click on controller dash memory setup. What kind of controller this is? This is just a normal gamepad. Click OK. No rumbles to happen here. Options. Nah, these are fine. Tools. Where is it? Config controllers. Okay, so here. Now, I don't know if my drivers are installed, to be perfectly honest, so I'm going to just check this out. And you click on it and you say up. It's working. Down, left, right. Select, start, square, triangle, circle, cross, also known as X, L1, R1, L2, R2. That I'm going to leave out because there isn't this button on here. This is more if you're using a PlayStation 3 controller or DualShock controller for that matter. So DualShock controller with the analog sticks, push in, those are L3, R3, and then mode, well, this does not have turbos, so hence why. If you do have turbo, you got auto fire controls and you do analog sticks. So yeah, that is being pre-configured. I can save it. Okay, now it's going to remember. So this emulator pauses every time you click on something, and in fact it pauses when you're clicking away from it. So this thing must run in the front. Okay, so it must not, don't be playing with a folder and have this thing in the background. So if you want to play a game and then you've got a background, so if I click anywhere, it can freeze up. Oh, it's not doing it. Okay, something has changed. Okay. So we're waiting for that to load. I hope the sound works. I hope you guys can hear. I'm very upset. As far as I understand it, let's have it muted down a little bit more. Okay, so it's loading, and to show you, start. You can make it full screen, no problem. For speedrunning, I prefer in Windows, just so I can see what's going on. New game, yeah, with X. We're gonna call my dude Bob. Oh, I don't know what I pressed start. It went to quit. I was at a configure. I haven't played this game in many years. I used to rent it out and everything. Yeah, it runs perfect. And you know what? It looks like what the game would be if you want to experience proper emulation. Buy a CRT monitor. Nothing big. 17 inches just looked massive for back in the day. Remember, that is 4:3, not 16:9. It's what you're seeing now in the video on the resolution screen. My actual screen is 21:9, so don't even bother stretching it out. It's not going to look good. It's going to look stretchy unless you know how to hack hexadecimal codes and all that other nonsense. Try it, go for it, that's up to you. But I don't think you can take a sprite and stretch it and make it, you know, that's you playing with the game, like code and that. Otherwise, yeah, this is showing that it's working. If a game is not loading, if it freezes up past, like, let's say when it says this game is protected, or the loading screen, and it freezes up, Google it, chances are the game has copyright protection. That is a different video to be coming. I hope you enjoyed this video. I will do videos with other emulators like Xeno or EPSSXE and things like that. And this is the first video that I've got under Retroman. So I hope you enjoyed. And then yeah, I'm gonna just quickly brief you. I'm just waiting for these guys to stop chatting that the controller thing works perfectly, if you're not convinced. So do hit like, subscribe if you want to. You'd be the first. There's no one there. And yeah, okay, I can attack. Can I attack? Well, I got some configuration to do. Okay, so it is working. Oh, what did I do wrong? Okay. I just attacked myself. So if you're like me, who did something and then it didn't work, just play with it and it will work. And I've used it. You can check my Twitch channel out. I'm going to post the link below on that one as well. So my guys just died. Or was I the dragon? Oh. I'm the dragon. Okay, well let's go up. Alright, cool. So I hope you enjoyed it, and hope this helps. If you're doing speedrunning, there are other things that you can do. Those will be later videos, of course. Since I've been told to use Bizhawk for Resident Evil speedrunning, I've actually noticed how very nice it actually is. So forget about the speedrunning part. If you're not doing it, it is actually working well. What you can also do is, if you can check out your frames. It is a PAL game, so I'm surprised it won't even go past 30. But otherwise, yeah, you can show frame rates, you can show lag counter. I don't know how bad or how good those are. Input, so I can show you what is happening there. That's mainly why. And subtitles we don't have. You can also record it. Interesting, what you can do is do save state. So I can say save state 1. It is now saved. I'm just going to show you. Walking there, walking there. Come on, walk faster. Yeah, run. Oh, circles, run. Okay, now it's learning the next thing. Okay, watch this. Load save state 1. Goes back to original part. So that's pretty cool. You can use the normal memory card set of system that this thing has in place. So it will save the game like a normal game. Or you can just use save state while you're busy in game. So if you're busy with a boss battle and it's not going so well and you don't want to travel all the way back and go, shit, I need to go to this point C, but I didn't save at point B because there's no save points or whatever the case is. I don't want to go through that hour length between a save point, save state, and you have multiples. You can even make shortcuts for them, like Shift F1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the way to 10. So you have about 10 save states that you can do, and loading it would be then just hitting F1, blah blah blah, and then yeah, you can pretty much do quite a few things on it. Play with it, go crazy. An intensive video would be at a later stage. I can't say I played with the full thing. And if you want to run other games, it's 100%. If you're changing discs, that's not a problem. And then yeah, I hope you enjoy it. Cool. Ciao.